So we started with the introduction. Started with introduction to MySQL. Started introduction to MySQL. So in that introduction, I explained what MySQL is and how we can use the software. So if you remember in that class, that was on Wednesday. Abi? That was on Wednesday. Now Wednesday was our last class.
Yes.
No mistaken. So we did introduction. We did setting up the MySQL environment. This is what I sent to us that day. God, take this out. This is what I sent to us that day. I'm not mistaken. This is what I sent. Data type, SQL data type. Writing simple SQL queries. Mm, Aggregate function. Then, okay, this is what we did that day. But I will run over it. And now it's going to give you guys a project. I didn't give us project that day now. So I'll run over this one sharp, just like a recap for those that did not follow us. This will be like a form of recap. So let me start with the first one, introduction. Let's start with the introduction. Hello, who is there? Who is there? Who is raising hand? Who is raising hand? Nobody. So I said the MySQL is a widely used relational database management system. It's widely used relational database management system. That MySQL is free, it's free and open source. So that is free and open source. That is ideal for both small business and large applications. Ideal for both small business and large application. So next we have why uses who uses MySQL. If you ask who uses this MySQL you're learning, which platform uses, why are you learning it, where do you feel like applying it? So who uses MySQL? Number one, we have Facebook. Facebook uses MySQL. I'll list them down here. So these are the platforms that uses MySQL. Likes of Facebook, Twitter, Booking, Uber, YouTube. Those platforms use MySQL. Content management system like WordPress also uses MySQL. and a very large number of web developers around the world uses MySQL. So MySQL is very popular. It's a popular programming software. I mean, database system. It's very popular. So let's go down again. Just doing a recap of what we did last time. So I also explained RDBMS. What is RDBMS? So I say RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. So that RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. So RDBMS is a program used to maintain a relational database. I also say RDBMS is basic for all model database systems such as MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, Microsoft Access. Okay, and the RDBMS uses SQL query to access the data in the database. So it uses SQL query to access the data in the database. So let's move on. Next, we have what is a database? What is a database table? What is a database table? So a table is a collection of related entries that consist of rows and columns. I say columns and rows. So I say column and row. So a column holds specific information about every record in the table, while a record, which is a row, is each individual entry that exists in a table. That exists in a table. Each individual entry that exists in a table. So next, what is relational database? Let me explain that also. What is relational? I'm going to forward you the notes when I'm done. What is relational database? A relational database defines database relationship in form of table. Define database relationship in form of table. Define database relationship in form of table. The tables are related to each other based on the common column. Based on common column. Based on common columns. So these are what we did last time, and we now move down to SQL. Introduction to database and SQL. So I told you that a database stores structured data in table. So let's go on. Please, somebody, Mike, is disturbing. So introduction to database and SQL. So the SQL full meaning means what? Structured query language. Structured query language. And it's used to manage what? It's used to manage and query data. It's used to manage and query data. So setting up the environment, which is this, um, set it like this. But, so database stores structured data in tables. SQL, structured query language, is used to manage and query data. We have some basic SQL commands that you should know. Most of us know the basics already. The basic SQL commands. We have the select statements, some of the basics. We have select statements, let's say most important important SQL command. Mm, let's say some of the most important SQL commands. So the first one we have select statements. We are going to look at it. We have select statements. We have updates. We have delete statements. Insert into. We have create database. We have create database. We have alter table. We have create table. We have drop table, drop table, etc. So these are some of the basics or common SQL commands. Some of the common SQL commands. So SQL SQL keywords, like I said, SQL keywords are not case sensitive. They are not case sensitive. So what does it mean when you say case sensitive? Small letter select is the same as capital letter select. Not like other programs. Some other programs like Python will tell you that these two things are different. But SQL is telling you that the small letter select and the capital letter select are the same. So it's not case sensitive. It's not case sensitive. So um semicolon, when I use semicolon is the standard way to separate each SQL statement in the database system. So semicolon is the standard way to separate each SQL statement in the database systems that allows that allow more than one SQL statement. So there are some that does not allow more than one SQL statement. But anyone that allow more than one SQL statement, you need to use a semicolon to separate each of them in the same call to the server. So take note of that. Take note of that. So that is that. intro to SQL. That's our other intro to SQL. So let's move on to, like I said, setting up the environment. It's something we have done. We've done this one already. All of you have set up your environment, and I've explained this to us. I've shown us the file. Those are the tabs: file, uh, edit. You have view, you have query, you have database, you have server, you have tools, you have scripting, and you have each of these have their groups of commands. So you can see the query have groups, the database have groups. So each of the tabs they have groups. So the one what we are making use of here mostly now on this basic class is this thunder strike and this other thunder. The first one say execute the selected portion of the script. So if you're running a particular script, which we are going to be doing now, if you're running a particular script, you want to execute it, you use this one. If you want to select, you want to align the whole, maybe like 10 rows, you want to align like 10 rows, you want to run those 10 rows at once, you make use of the first one, which is this one. With this one, you can select multiple rows and execute. For some of us, look at this place. Look at this place. Check if your own is limited. If your own is limited, use don't limit. Use don't limit. If your own is limited, remove it from limit to don't limit so that you can have access to import more than 10,000 rows, 1,000 rows. So take away this limit to don't limit. Use don't limit. If your own is showing limit to maybe 1,000 or 2,000, change it to don't limit. So next, if I move down to this one, we have comments. Let me explain. So you don't ask me why am I using hyphen, then hyphen comment, hyphen, all this hyphen I'm using. They are called comments. We have single line comments and we have multiple line comments. Someone can ask you, what is a comment? Somebody can just throw it to you. Say, why are you using hyphen? Why are you using these two hyphen? That two hyphen represent what? Comment. Comments are used to explain section of SQL statements or to prevent execution of SQL statements. So in case somebody asks you, what is a comment? You can respond that comments are used to explain section of SQL statements. So you can use it to explain sections of SQL statements. So take note of it. Whenever I see me use hyphen, I'm trying to comment that code. I'm trying to add a comment to that particular code. And we have two types of comments. We have the single comment, that is this one I just used now. We have single comment, that is single line comment. Single line comment, you use a hyphen twice. Make use of hyphen twice. So I've been using it. I've been using this one. Single line comment start with what? Hyphen, then you put space. That is called single line comment. So take note, have your small jotter and take note of the explanation I'm giving. So any text between hyphen and the end of the line will be ignored. Take note, any text between that hyphen and the end of that line will be ignored. It will not affect your code. It will not affect your scripts. I mean, the script you're trying to write, it won't affect it. So everything I'm doing now is under a comment because this one I use now is multiple comments. That slash asterisk is for multiple comments.
Multiple
Let's put it down.
comments.
I've not closed it yet. You can see I open it here. I've not closed it. So everything I'm writing now is under comments. So for multiple line comment, this is for multiple line comment. You use slash asterisk and at the end asterisk slash. So this is for multiple line comments. multiple line comment, you start with slash, asterisk, at the end, asterisk slash. Make
Assessment.
that is for multiple line comment. So you can see now I've opened here. Everything I'm writing is like a note now. So I can close it at the end when I'm done. I can close it, say, okay, I'm done. This is where I want to end my comment. I'm done with it. So I'll end my comment there. But all this one, they are still on that comment. This hyphen. They are simple line comment. Let me remove them if I don't need them again. I have one, okay, okay, for this one. Okay, let me just leave it so it does not affect my code. Who want to ask question? Please can ask a question as I'm taking it.
So now, oh, the notes you forwarded to us.
Yes, when I'm done, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do that when I'm done. So
Guys, you know,
anytime you want to do comment for more than 3 or 4 lines, you don't want to use hyphen. Just use this multiple line comment. We're going to be looking at the example of this in the class. Okay, so let me show you example of each of them. I'll do that. For instance, for single line, I can tell you to retrieve. Let me put an example. Write a query. Hold on, let me not put it inside this place. Let me put it here. This is for single line comments. Write a query to return all information from the customer table. So you say you can see now this is a comment that we should write a query. This is a single line comment. So we should write a query to return all information from the customer table. So let's solve it. To return all the information from the customer table, we make use of select statements. We have two ways that we can use select statement, which have put us through in the first class. We have select asterisk from table name. That one returns all the records from the table. So I'm going to apply that one here now because that is the question we are asked to solve. We say we should retrieve all the information. So it says select star from our table name. Everybody have the table now. It's called customer table. Let me check where I put my customers. Yes. So you can see now the table are displayed now. You can see this is how you retrieve your information you have inside. This is how you retrieve the information you have inside the table. So the table name is what? The table name is customers. We have how many records? We have 18,000. If you look down, you will see the row showing the total row. I have 18,148 rows inside. 18,148 rows. If your own is not up to 18,148, that means your data did not load properly. So find solution to it. This means your data did not load properly. Make sure you load your data very well. The total number of the record inside this data set sent to you is 18,148. That is the total value you have. So let's go on.
wait, Mr. Dan, I don't know, but I loaded I can see it under the table, but it's not coming up.
Make sure the table is active. Make sure it's bold. Double click on the name of the database. Make sure it's bold before you can run it. If it's not bold, it will not work. Make sure look at my own system. You can see, look at my screen. You can see that SQL online class is bold. So the
It's
place,
good.
so you can run it now to work.
Eh,
Have
you
you
said
have you
table.
refreshed since you imported? Have you refreshed? Do you refresh that time you imported? Did you refresh? Did you click on
Yes.
this one?
Which one?
Look at my
No.
customer. Click on it now. You've not refreshed, so it's not active. So let's go on. The second comment. Let me show you the second comment. Yeah, is it working now?
It's not working oh.
Refresh now. Refresh. Click on that icon. It will show you the table. Maybe you click finish when you finish importing.
Yes.
Click on the icon to refresh. Return. It's customers, so not customer. Customers. Return first name. First name. Um, Last name. You can snap and show on the group. Last name. Gender. Um, Annual income. Annual income. From customer table. How many rows do you see there? Two rows, Abby. 56 and 57. I'm gonna break it to show you something. Do you see that? If you're doing more than one row, so you can use multiple line comment. Use I add the comment. So you can start with the comment, then close at the end. So have you screenshots?
Yes.
Let me see what it's showing. I can't see any of the message. The message I'm not happy. The message I'm not happy. You're not on the right place now. You're doing something else. Delete that place. Cancel that thing you're doing. You're not on the right place. Cancel that one you're doing. That one. Cancel it at the top. After classwork, cancel that one that display. Have you cancelled it?
After where?
See, look at my screen. Yeah, I have SQL file. I have SQL file. You have SQL worksheet. You have SQL file. Click on that your SQL file one. Click on it.
I've clicked on it.
What did you see there? What is it showing?
It's just a blank page.
That is where you were supposed to type that in now. That is where you're supposed to type that in, not that one you're doing before. So this
No, you
one,
said we should.
you say what?
You said we should. The file that we loaded, our customers, that
Uh,
we should retrieve it or something. We should load it.
you've already
So that's
loaded
what I
it
was
now.
trying.
Maybe I help you to load it this night.
I
You load
don't start. I did it. So that's why I went to the customers, but the table is not. It's showing columns, customer key, prefix, gender. Is not displaying like the way your own is displaying.
You use this statement now. This statement inside that blank space. If you're showing blank,
Yes.
type select asterisk from customers and run it. It will not display automatically now. You should have write a query and run. So write the statement and execute it. To execute, use Control Enter to work. So let's go on. Let's solve this one. So we asked to retrieve first name, last name, gender, annual income. Select. This is the second way to make use of select statement. Select first name, first name, last name, then gender. Has it work now? Annual income from customer. Madam, has it work now?
I've written what you told me to do.
Have you run it now? Control Enter or use this one here. Use this one to run it.
Okay, I've seen it.
So let's go on. That is that for the comment. I just use this select statement to explain the two types of comments: the single line comments and the multiple line comments. So let's go on. Our next class is the data types. Data types. So SQL data types is divided into how many? Who can tell us? How many? It's divided into how many types? I'm not going full details, but just tell me how many types?
Four.
Four.
Why four? Why not before?
We have string, we have text, we have that's the
String
one I can remember
and text
for
are
you.
the same thing now.
Sorry?
We have string, we have int, float, boolean.
Bullying,
String,
yes.
string.
Bullying.
String, int, float, and
How?
boolean.
No. You get string is correct. String is correct.
We have
One,
text.
you take string. Another one, I'll take string. I will not take.
Text.
It's the same thing now. String is the same thing as text.
Okay, bullying. Bullying. I'll be
String
bullying.
fall under what? Under what data type?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, three major data types we have. Numeric, numeric. The last one, date and time. Date and time. So these are the three major data types. Three major data types. Take notes. So anything you'll be doing in SQL, any of the data you'll be doing in SQL, will fall under these categories. That string. Under string, you have text, you have char, you have varchar, you have tiny text. So there are different categories of string. You understand? Under int, you have integer, you have decimal, you have float. So that is fall under what? Under integer, under numeric. Under date and time, you have date, you have time function. So that is that. So we're not doing much of that in this class. Those will be in maybe the fourth class. That will be in fourth class. I just want to give us a clue on it. So what you need to understand about the SQL data type is that each of these column now have a data type. Each of these column have what? Data type. Are you following? Each of the column, like as a table is now, you have, let me show you the table, the whole table. Let me show you the whole table. You can see the columns of the table. You have customer key, preface, you have first name, last name, birth date, you have marital status, you have gender, email, annual income, total children, education level, occupation, and homeowner. Each of these columns have its own database. There is a database for each column. So for us to see this database now, that to confirm if what I'm saying is really true, let's see. Describe customer. So can you see now? See, when you click on describe customers, you can see the types. See all the types. The customer key is what? What data type is the customer key? Int. Can you see that? Customer key is int. Preface is text. First name text. Last name text. Date of birth supposed to be date. That means that table is dirty. It's not clean. It's showing text. That means that customer date is not correct. It's supposed to be showing date. Hope you're following. So you have marital status, you have gender, you have email, you have annual income. Look at annual income, it's showing text. That means that annual income is not correct. Text, you cannot calculate text now. So you understand? You can't sum text together now. Are you following? So it means that I cannot sum that annual income because of that text. I will need to convert it back to numeric before I can what? I can work on it. I need to convert it to numeric. So total children is int. That one is correct. Total children is int. Is correct. Education level text. Occupation text. Car owner text. So I have two issues with this table now. I have the dates and I have the annual income. Those two tables, we can't make use of them in anything here now, except to convert it. That's when data cleaning comes in now. We need to convert it if we want to use it. Otherwise, we cannot use it to do anything. Because dates, you can't work on dates when it's text. You can't work on integer when the thing is text. You need to convert it back to integer. So this is how to show the properties of your table. That's how to show the properties of your table. Anytime you're given a table, you want to show the description to show it. And also another way to do that is when you're loading the table from the beginning. Maybe you're uploading the table. You know when you upload the table to show you all these things, show you the data type of each column. For those that take notes, when you're bringing in this table for the first time, you see those things inside. So, like I was saying, each column in a table has a specific data type, which I just showed you now. So nobody should come out and tell you that you don't know this. Each column have its own data type. Not like our Excel. Excel, I can just take a sheet and start typing in values, start typing things inside each cells. But on SQL, you work in like step by step. The first step, you create a database. You first create a database because without a database, there cannot be a table. You first create a database. So after the database, you cannot create a table or you import the table. After importing a table, you can now insert. So there are processes to it. You can't just carry something and be working on it. You have to make use of those processes. Create table, insert into the table. So let's move on. So before you can create those table, each column must have what? Its own data type. So I'm going to give you some examples of this. So for int, O number, e.g. For int, O number, e.g. age and ID. For voucher, text of marks. So this voucher is text of marks. Like I said, I'm going to take you this class. I'm just using this one to explain. So we have decimal, numbers with decimal. We have dates, stores dates, e.g. other dates. So take notes. So that takes us to our first um, first class on this data set. Let's look at the first thing. So the first thing that we have is select exit. Writing a simple SQL statement. Writing a simple SQL statement. So we have started our class. I'm done with those introduction. So we are starting the class now with the queries. So writing a simple SQL statement. So the first one is to retrieve. I'll be asking questions. If you know it, you can tell me. The first one under the select is that we have two ways we can make use of select. Two ways to make use of select. Who can tell us? Who can tell us? Nobody? So let me know if you're following us. I should continue. Two ways to make use of select. Anybody in the class?
Yes.
So can tell me now.
And to retrieve all the information.
Ma, you say what?
To retrieve all the information
Okay, that is selecting all information from the table, right?
Yes,
So don't forget
to
SQL, I mean
retrieve.
select statement is used to retrieve data from the database. The select statement is used to retrieve data from the database. Like I said, you have two ways. You can use the first one, select asterisk. The select asterisk retrieve all information or returns all information. The select asterisk. You can use the first one. Let's say one, select star from table underscore name. It returns all records. So, for instance, if you want to make use of this, let's look at a question under it. Let's look at one question under this first one. What can you expect from this first one? What kind of question can you be looking at on this first one? So, example, retrieve retrieve all customers. Retrieve all customers. So look at this example. Say retrieve all customers. So that is select star from customers. So it will retrieve everything for you. That is the first way you can use the select statement. It retrieves all the customer record. To bring back all the customer record. The next one is selecting specific column. Selecting specific column. Example two. Selecting specific column. Selecting specific column. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So selecting specific column. So let's look at this example. Example. Retrieve only first name, last name, and email address from the customer table. Retrieve first name, last name, and email address from the customer table. So you'll be pulling out the columns one after the other. The first column is first name, comma, last name, comma, email address. Email address from customer table. So these are the two ways to make use of this select statement. One, retrieve all the all the column. The second one, to select the specific column. So let's move on. Next, that is that for select. So before I move on to the next topic, this is for select, one of the basic syntax. Any question before I move on to the next? Any question from the starting up to that? I've wrote 100 uh, text now. So any question from the beginning? This is an introduction. If you have any question here, like I said, SQL, my SQL is a widely used relational database management system. So I explained the details, I explained SQL, I showed you some of the most important SQL commands. So we did the SQL keyword, showing the SQL keyword are not case sensitive. So the major part now is this part I'm doing now. So I'm asking, do you have any question on select statement? If I give you any tax on select, do you have any question?
So when I click and typed on the select, it's showing by the side of it, it's showing that red, like red sign.
That means there is an error code there. Snap your this and send. Let me help you snap and send. Madam, any question? Sir, any question? Should I go on to the next topic?
Yes, I move on, sir.
Okay. Okay. Who else? Who else? Should I move on to the next topic? Who else? Nobody. So let's go on. Next. Next topic. Where clause. Okay. Hold on. Let me check this error. I not see any error now, madam. It's working now. Hello, man.
Yeah.
You say you're having error.
No, I said when when you clicked on select, like my own is there was is a red sign at the back of it.
I not see red though. What you sent to me, there's no red. Are you not seeing what you sent to me? There's no red now. Your code is correct.
What's it now?
You wrote your code very well. Correct. Have
Under
you?
the select, where I type select, then first name.
Is select asterisk. Select asterisk from from. If you don't want to use that from, which is the first one, if you want to use it to pick the column by column. You don't need to put asterisk. Do you understand? Look at my screen now. Maybe you are seeing my screen.
Okay.
You are seeing my screen now. The first one,
Yes.
the first one is select star from the table name. The second one is
Mm,
when I'm pulling out the columns one after the other. I don't need to use asterisk again. You get?
okay.
So let me increase it again. Maybe you're not seeing it well. So that is that. No question from anybody again. I'm moving on to the next topic. Oh, no question. So we have where clause. Where clause. So the where clause is used to filter record. We use the where clause to filter records. So I'm going to be breaking down the where clause one by one. So let's start. After I'm done, I'll forward you the notes. So just give you assignments, you do your own assignments. But put your ear down in case you have any question. You jot it down. When I'm done with the where clause, you ask your question. We move to the next topic. So The where clause in MySQL is used to filter rows from a table based on a specific column or condition. It helps retrieve only the data that meets certain condition or criteria rather than selecting all rows. So rather than selecting all the rows, you can use your where clause to filter the records. So we have formula, but we'll call it syntax. When you hear syntax, they mean formula on how to apply the where condition. You can apply it in two ways. The first one, you can apply it using this formula. I'll ask a question. Please answer me. Let me know you're in class. I'll ask you a question now. What is the difference between these two? Who can tell us? Who can tell us the difference? Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so yeah, you can talk.
The difference is the first one. Ah, God,
Continue, continue.
you have to get your information from column one and column two of that table.
Okay.
But the second one is from all the how do I put it, from the
It's
whole
okay. You got
table.
it. You got it. The first one is that you're selecting some columns from the table with the condition. While the second one is that you're retrieving all the columns from the table with the condition. You got it right. So let me break the first one down. Let me break it down a little bit. Let me break it down. So column one, column two, the columns to retrieve. Um, Table name, the name of the table, then condition, the filter condition, e.g. you have equals, you have greater than, less than, like operator, etc. So depending on the condition you want to use to filter the record. So that takes us to example. I'll just look at one or two example, then we are through for the where condition. Example, make I close my close my select customers where the gender column is male. Where the gender column is male. So solution, who can try it? If you know it, just try. Tell me what to type. Tell me what to type.
Select
Okay.
asterisk.
Select start from
The data name. No,
table name.
Yes, where column is gender is a male.
where gender equals male. So we have how many records? We have 9,126 male from the data set. 9,126 male. Is that okay? Any question?
I'm tired.
Any question? So next, another person that is there should answer this one. Who is there? Who is going for this? Nobody want to answer. We have two. We have three.
Okay. Is this the bank?
So it's three on where? So let's start with this one. Who is going for this one? Select
Star
yes
from customers
from customer
where total
where
children
where total children
is greater than
greater than
2.
Two.
two. Thank you. How many people do you have there? 5,813. Who is doing the next one? Who want to try for the next one? Say retrieve customer with no children. Let's see how many customers don't have children.
Select star
Select star
from customers
from customer
where
where
total children
total children
equals 0.
equals 0. We have 5,880.
Let's see the video. It's okay.
Next, who is in the last one? The last one?
Mr. Dan,
Yeah.
um, you've, I don't know the syntax for or the signs to use for this between one and three. That's just
Okay.
the problem there.
Select star from customer where
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 total children
total children
is greater
between
than
between
1
1
and 3.
and
3.
3. So take note. 9,408. So that is that on where clause. So don't forget the where clause uses what comparison operators. Also, you can also apply the like. You
Sorry,
can use
Mr.
like.
Dan.
Yes.
Sorry, oh, please. Like this one that you did for where gender equals to male. When I run my is showing both male and female.
Which one?
That is the one you did for select from customers where gender equals to male.
Cannot show male and female. Now, this is my own. Maybe this one. Check what you did. It's male that it will show. It's male. M in quotes, just M. Don't type the mail full. It's M. So we are going smoothly.
Showing male and female.
Should I go
It's
on?
showing male and female.
Check. Maybe there is a code you did not close. There is one you did not close. That is running that one again. Not this one. If it's this one, it's going to return mail. Screenshot and send your screen. I'll show you. There's something that you did not close. If you put M, you cannot return male and female. So any question on where clause, you can use where clause to filter rows. Take note, it's used for filtering of rows. For filtering of what? Of rows. So take note of that. That use where clause to filter rows. That one. Next,
Yes, sir. Next.
and or not operator. And or not operator. So by now we should be familiar with and or and not. So the and operator displays record if all conditions are true, separated by and are true. If all conditions separated by and are true. Why the or display record if any of the conditions separated by or is true? Why the not operator display record if the conditions is not true? The conditions is not true. So I'll be giving us example of each of them. The syntax for and, the and syntax. Let's start with the and. Let's start with and operator. Let's start with and this syntax for and operator. Don't forget, you can write it in the other form to bring out all the columns. You understand? So you can write it in either of the two. So either the first one or the second one. Can I start?
Yes, sir. We are waiting for you.
Okay. So I'll give us a condition. So look at this now. It said example one, we should retrieve married female customers. We should write the query to retrieve married female customers. But we have to return um, first name, last name, gender, marital status. This is one of the question. Who can do that? Based on the condition I give you, who can do that? Based on the syntax.
So can you scroll up a bit? Let's see the syntax for.
This is it here. This is it here.
Okay. Select
So let
uh,
me.
You try second one. Select
first name,
first name,
last name,
last name,
gender,
gender,
marital status from customer.
okay,
Where
where,
the first condition, where gender is female,
gender equals female is F
F, and
and
marital status married.
marital equals that is M Abi.
Yes.
M. How many records we have there? We have 4,609. 609 people that meet with this condition. Those are the people that meet with this condition. Madam, your own turn. Oh, yeah, look at this. Who can try this one? Who is free there? Who is
I'm
free?
trying.
Okay,
Select all from customer.
okay.
Where married was M.
We are married.
Where
Because
where married was M.
Marital
marital
Who
status.
status.
married or married that status?
My
Marital
marital
status.
status
Equals M. Then,
and children is greater than 2,
um, total children.
and total children is greater than 2.
Total children greater than so. So after 500. Last person. I'm just giving room for everybody to get it. Last person. Anybody? Is number three on hand. Anybody? Who is doing this one? I'm waiting. Oh, who is helping us on this one? Retrieve customers who have at least one child and home owner.
Select all from customer. Where total children.
Select all from customer where
Where total children
total
is less
children
than or equals to one.
less than equals to one.
One.
Uh,
And
And
I don't know it again.
is it less than or greater
Because
than?
I'm not homeless.
Less
That
than
is
or
why I
greater than?
took
No, it's less than or equals to
At least
Is
at
one.
least one.
is greater than
Greater than equals to one.
equal to one.
And
Uh, Homeowners is equal
home
to
owner
y.
equals
Y.
one.
Okay.
Why, Abby? Yes, that is yes. That is yes now. So that is that. Why is yes. So that is that. At least I give you how many examples now? Three examples. With these three examples, if you're following us, if you not get the first one, second one, third one, you'll be able to get one or two. So next is all operator, all operator. So the all operator is similar to that of AND, just that the all operator says the all operator returns the value at least if one of the condition is true. Don't forget AND says all condition must be true. Abi?
Yes.
Mhm. So this is for all operator. At least one of the condition. Mhm. Who can interpret this question? Who can interpret it? Who can interpret it? Who can interpret it? Who can interpret it? Nobody?
Okay.
Select. Or I continue.
Select star from customers
Okay.
where marital status equals married or
Or
total children
total children.
greater than two.
Good. Good. Good one. Somebody there, another person. This example.
Select all from customer
Select all from customer
where
where
total children
total children.
is greater than or equal to 1,
Okay.
or
Or
homeowner
homeowner
equals to yes.
equals to yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, thank you for that. Shows you guys are following the class. So let's go on to not operator, the last one there. Not operator. So what is the not operator? What is it used for? So the not operator neglects a condition, meaning it selects record where the condition is false. Select record where the condition is false. That is the not operator. Hmm. Not operator. Select record where the condition is false. So let's look at the syntax. You look at the syntax. You have select, let's say select star from table name where not condition, where not condition. That is the syntax. Where not condition. Example. Who can try this?
Select all
Select all.
from
From
customer
customer name.
Uh-huh.
where marital status
Normal.
Where
We're
equal to
not.
not
We're not.
where marital status
where
is
not
equal to not married. Okay,
where
where
not
not
uh,
marital status is equal to
so we have 8,331 singles. Do you understand? Mm. Now, combination of I'll just give you one question on that combination. On that combination, I'll just give you one question. I'll bring the question. Combining and or and not. You need to interpret the question. Don't just carry your head come. Interpret it before you solve it. First, look at it before you solve it. So look at this question, and somebody should tell me what to do. Select the
select
company.
all,
Uh-huh. Customer. Somebody don't get that
select
one.
all
One,
from customer
one, one. Next.
where not
Ah,
where
And
he said retrieve female customer who are not married and have more than one child.
Where
Female
marital
customer,
status.
female customer, where
then
gender,
Marital status.
where gender is equal to female.
Hey
uh,
God, my
uh,
nice, 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 nice.
it was, it was
Female.
next. He said who
Where
are not
not
married, who are
Where
not
not
married. Like how many way you want put?
Where marital status
Like
where not marital status
And
like
and
like eh,
and not
not
married.
and
are
total
not
children, okay, not
are
married,
not marital status
Marital status.
equals
equals to
That's married.
them.
next next
Or
and
and
then
And
total
and
number
have
of
more than
children
are you not reading the question? I have more than
and total number of children
equals
equal to
okay,
greater than
equals
one.
greater than one.
That's all.
total number of children is greater than one.
No, is equal to,
It's
no,
more
more
than
than
one.
one, greater than
Greater
one,
than one.
yes.
Greater than one.
Mr. Dan,
Yes.
when is the class ending?
I will soon stop. Running up.
Okay, I'll join my phone because my system is about to go.
I'm running up. I'll soon stop. Okay, so that is that. I'll send you for and or select where. So let's move on. Distinct. Distinct function. Distinct function. Who can tell us what he or she understand by distinct function?
It returns the unique values.
Huh?
It returns the unique values.
Unique values. So take note of that. Distinct statement is used to remove duplicates, duplicate values from the result set. It ensures that only unique values are retrieved. It ensures that only unique values are retrieved. So this is the syntax. This is the formula for distinct. Select distinct column from table name. Select distinct column from table name. So let's look at example. Getting unique gender. So what are the unique gender we have? Male and female. So we can check it. Select distinct distinct gender to check how many categories we have there from customer table. So you can see that. Okay, we have three sef. We have NA. See, we have NA there. We have female, we have male. So these are the three unique. So some people are NA. Applicable. They don't feel am. They don't feel whether na male or female. Sha. They don't feel anything. Maybe they be both male and female. So we have three of them there. So let's look at unique education level. Unique. Let's see how many unique education level we have. Okay, wait, let me check this education level. Select. Let me check on the table. Select customers. Okay, we have okay, we have education level. Yeah, we have select unique unique education education level. Education level. So let's look at how many education level we have. We have bachelor. See, there's bachelor inside. There's high school. There's a graduate school. So let's see how many unique level we have. Let's see. Distinct, distinct space education education level from customer. We have five, five, five distinct. So the last, the last class now. So we call it the last class for today or last topic. We have limits, limits, limits. Order by. So I'm doing the two. Limit and order by. So the limit clause is used in SQL to restrict the number of rows returned in a query result. So if you want to restrict the number of rows to return in a query result, make use of the limits. Some software use the top, when you say top 10, top 5, bottom 10, bottom 5, those kind of things now, you understand? But SQL, what you use in this MySQL workbench is limits, limits. And this is the syntax for limits. This is syntax. We have select column name from table name, limit number of rows, limit number of rows. You can limit the number of rows. Example one. Example one. Get the first five first five customers. Who can try this one? First five customers. Nobody. Select.
Select all from customer limit 5.
Thank you. Get the last five. Who can try this one? Last five.
Select star from
Select
customers
for
limit
customer.
-5.
From customer. Uh-huh.
Limit -5.
Limit
-5.
limit minus five. Error. Who is your teacher? Is it me?
No, Mr. Dan, you use order descending.
Eh?
You order it.
Order. You
By,
first order it.
yeah.
Order by what now? Order by customer ID.
Yes.
Descending order.
Order.
Limit 5.
Fine.
This is the last. You order it by the role. Customer ID. Customer key. Customer key. So take note of it. So order by, you can order ascending, you can order descending. So ordering it from descending means that from top to down. Understand? Next, we have using limits with offsets. Using limits with offsets. Limits with offsets. So you can use offsets with limit to skip a certain number of rows before retrieving the result. You can use it to skip a certain number of rows before retrieving the results. Look at this example. Say limit 5, offset 10. What does it mean? Interpret it for me. Limit limit 5, offset 10. Who can interpret it? So it means what they are trying to tell you now is that you should skip the first 5 rows. I mean skip the first 10. Skip 10. Skip 10 rows, then return 5. Do you understand? So this is what is going to return for you. Let's run it. Select so let's start from customer. Limit 5, then offset 10. So it will give 5, then offset 10, skip 10, skip 10, then limit 5. Without this skip 10, see limit 5. See what limit 5 will return. I mean, see what limit 10 will return. Look at my record. You see 11000, 11001, 11002. So, but if I say 5, then offset 10, it means I should skip 10 rows. Can see where you start from 11011, 11012. Can see that. That is work of limit. Who can you want to ask question?
Yes, sir. So where is the effect of that 5?
5. Look at it now. It's only 5 rows that is displaying. Only 5.
Okay, okay,
You say skip 10. Skip 10 rows. Return 5.
okay.
Uh-huh. So did I stop here? Like I have tried today. So let's summarize. Let's summarize. Somebody should summarize the topics we did. Number one. Number one topic. We did select. Next. Where clause. Next.
Logical
Look
operation.
at function. Next.
Limit
Hmm?
listen, yeah, limit
Next thing. First,
Limit.
limits. So,
Okay. Other thing.
which other one? Okay, let me run one. Like, let me check. Where is that? And I put that. And, okay, under logical. Or big strings. Other by. Okay, let me do last one. And I'll close aggregate function. So, under aggregate function, we have sum, we have mean, we have max, we have average, then we have count. So let's do this last one, aggregate function. So we can call it a day. See, where is this? I'll send you assignment. I'm sending you a different table. So you need to know, you know how to import table now. Everybody know how to import table now. I'll send you a
Yes, sir.
different table. This one is for my class. I'll send you a different table for your assignment. So if you want to make use of sum, average, maximum, count, so the sum function will summarize the values for you. Will add up the sum of the value for you. So let's look at the total sum of total children. We want to calculate total children. Select sum, open bracket, total children from customer table. So you can see the total children 33,458. The total number of the children. If you want to see the minimum means what?
The lowest.
The lowest. You want to see the minimum from that column. So the minimum is zero. The minimum is zero. So there are people that don't have children. If you want to see the maximum, that is the highest. What is the highest number of children then? Um, Total children from customer. So total children is five. Some people have five. That is the max. Then if you want to calculate the total row of this data set, you can say select star, select count, then asterisk from customer. So it will give you the total number of rows. You can see my 18,148 rows. That is what I have. So average total children. Select average total children from customer. So the average total children is 1.8, 1.8436. That is the average total of children. So thank you for joining this class. I expect my
Please, Mr. Dan, please can
yes,
you
ma'am.
send this video first thing
I'm
to this night
I'm
itself?
doing I'm doing
Huh?
that. I'm doing that right away. But it take time to load.
Please.